All right, you guys, I got the bat signal from Ren and Chef B West. What do you think this is going to be about, Don?
I don't know, but he's got a bandana tracksuit.
Well, I met a man in Kansas City.
goodness.
His face was worn, language gritty. His soul is cracked and he
What
spoke
is
in the
going down, world? Welcome to the 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. I go by the name BlackPegasus.
And it's your boy, Don Wannabe, back in the house once again.
It's the incredible. All right, man, I got the bat signal. So Ren did a post. He said, he basically gave a shout out. He's like, this is kind of, someone put this on his radar.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, I'm listening to this, and this is, he really likes it. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm on this kick, man, because me and you on our channel, we'll give shine to people that we just enjoy, you know, and things that we discover. You know what I mean? And even though sometimes the views get kind of slept on the channel, we still do it out of the passion. And I thought it was cool that someone who's rising meteorically like Ren gives this brother a shout out. I've never heard of him. And then to top it off, one of the close friends of the channel, I wouldn't even say friend, I'd be like, he's a part of the team in his own way, but Chef B West also was like,
I haven't seen
man.
him in a minute. Is he doing all right, or did I burn him too hard in the last
in the last battle?
on the last live stream?
He has some things he has to tell you. He has to go out of town for work. But anyways, let's get into this reaction, you guys. Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and comment on all of the content, and subscribe if you rock with the channel. Let's get it moving.
40-year-old
What?
boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. 40-year-old
What?
boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. Malt liquor for your ears. 40.
Okay, when you pull this up, leave it on this screen, because I was trying to figure out, like, what does this dude remind me of, and I finally got it. I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Okay, well, I got you. I can do that as the producer here.
Yeah.
Let me get this logo down and pull the video up. You guys, don't forget my new music video planned. It's actually about to hit 10,000 views.
Yeah.
So I can start dropping some absolutely brand new stuff. But every Wednesday I drop original content, from freestyles off the top of the brain, music videos, music. So check out the channel for the original content the same way you do these reactions. And let's get this dang show started. Oops, I forgot I was in here solo for a couple days. Covered up the dawn.
Xing me out.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, me.
Xing me out
Dawn
the
of the
scene.
dead over here.
Dawn of time.
Dawn of the bread. Anyways, yeah, there you go. So, okay, before you get into your critique,
It's not a critique. I mean,
Dirt
first
Miller,
of all,
his name is Dirt Miller, and the song
Yeah.
is called Kansas City. I've never heard of this bloke, and I'm excited to see what this is about.
I like his shades.
Okay.
They're pretty fresh.
Yeah, they are.
They kind of look like Cazals, you know, the
I don't
old
know
school
nothing about
joints.
shades.
Cazals, bro, I should slap you right now. That's hip hop history.
I didn't.
Cazal, like, you know what I mean? Like Run DMC, Nas.
Yeah, I've seen those, but I didn't know what they were called.
Okay, anyways.
I just know the Dookie chain, the Dookie rope.
Okay.
That's it.
He looks like if Dumbledore joined the Crips. I was trying to figure out, what does this dude remind me of?
I can see that. I don't know, man. I ain't gonna judge him yet. Know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
look at that beard and tell me that is not giving wizard vibes.
A little wizard.
Like he's going to wave his wand and make the ops disappear.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I need in my corner right now.
Yeah, me
Make these
too. I mean,
ops
I'm not mad at
disappear,
him.
homie. Be like,
Yeah.
flick at the wrist, flick at that stick, pull out the stick, flick at the wrist. All right, let's get it. Yo, this is gonna be tight. So Dirt Miller, Kansas City. Man, let's go. This is what your boy Ren is listening to right now. So I'm interested to see where we're gonna go. It started off kind of twangy, kind of like, I don't know, kind of, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get it. Hey, let's go.
Well, I met a man in Kansas City. His face was worn, language gritty. His soul is cracked, and he spoke of the man he murdered. 27 years old, he was sworn to the blood. His brother was a Crip, got killed in cold blood. His body lay in the back of a piss-stained alley. The scars he wore was proof of the time he was shot in the slum. His own mother's gun, she was high on pills and drunk as fuck on whiskey. Well, he stumbled away with a bullet in his leg, adrenaline pumping, didn't feel a thing. Oh, Kansas City. Oh, don't fuck with me. Limit this creative.
Yo, hold up. This is kind of hard.
Yeah. And
Yo.
I'm kind of colorblind, you know that, like certain colors. So I kind of thought that was blue at first. I didn't realize it was gray. That's why I was like, if Dumbledore joined the Crips. But
I could see that. I thought it was blue. I didn't even really pay attention because the coloring it does. I didn't pay attention. I would think maybe I thought it was blue as well.
okay, it wasn't just me.
No.
No, this song is dope. I mean, it's very interesting. Definitely a spin. And how did I call? He said Crip in the first bars.
You did call it.
I called it. Yo, I called it, your man, once again. Who's the wizard now, bro?
How about
Who's
you?
the wizard now?
Called the Nuggets for the win too. Okay, now check this out. I'm tripping because I'm getting kind of like a folk kind of vibe, but then I'm getting blues. But then I heard like a violin in there, like too, like, and I don't know. It's like crazy because he's talking about hood. Like he's talking about some real, you know what I'm saying?
You know, Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
He just did the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he said something that I thought his story, like, I don't know his story. So,
okay.
you know, his background. So I was listening to it and I was like, damn, I identify with this dude in a lot of ways. He was just talking about, you know, going to prison at 16. I went to jail. I only did, you know, like 3 months. So
Yeah.
I didn't do years like he did. But I was just identifying with certain aspects of his story. And then he said something that kind of reminded me of like Ren and some of these combos that we've been having. Because he was saying that his daughter loves music, and he's like, oh, she'll be listening to Leonard Skinner in 1 minute, and then like some EDM the next, and then some hip hop, and they just skip around from genre to genre. He's like, back in my day, it was like if you were like, you know, a metalhead and you were like wearing like a Pantera shirt 1 week, you better not come to school with an Eminem shirt the next week.
Yeah.
You're gonna get clowned.
Facts.
And I would say that it was very like kind of clicky and in your lane. And I think an aspect of that is because of like streaming platforms like Spotify and these other, you know, platforms, is that you can listen to this broad range. Whereas like it was literally a major deal in my life that I would work and budget money for CDs.
Yeah. It was expensive.
And it was hard. It was so
expensive.
Dude, it was like $10, $12, $15 back in the 90s.
Yeah. For one CD. And so like, yeah, I remember.
So it was like to want to go and be like, oh, I'm going to pick up this like, you know, metal record is like a huge stretch.
So on my channel, I get a lot of flack, man. A lot of people, bro, how have you never heard of Duhast, or how have you never heard of this or that? And I was going through and I was like, why? What you just said is one of the reasons. We are from the 90s, CDs. The music wasn't as accessible. Also, growing up, the clique that I rolled with growing up in my informative years were hip hop dudes. And it was just one of those things where it's like a lot of music would just be passed off. Yo, that's that white boy you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I saw this funny clip on Instagram that I saved, and it reminds me of what you're saying. It's this black dude. He's all, when your white friend puts on a low-key banger and he's just all like spinning around.
And so now fast forward, I'm getting exposed to all this stuff that I didn't even hear. People be surprised. Like they're like, you've never heard this song by like Metallica? And I'm like, nah, bro. Like I just, you know, it was just very clicky in that time. I grew up listening to rap for the most part and soul. Every now and then, because of my dad, I'm hearing blues and jazz, you know what I mean? But for the most part, I listen to rap, hip hop, and soul. And obvious, we didn't have the exposure to everything. I couldn't just click on a device and listen to a bunch of stuff. Now,
it was, I mean, for me, it was certain people in my life. Like I used to go to raves, so I was kind of like knew different like drum and bass and like house and stuff, but I wasn't that into it. And then my brother started DJing like glitch and glitch hop and stuff like that. And I started expanding my horizon, listening to his music. And then I dated this woman for a long time that listened to like indie rock and like, kind of depressing, like, artsy music. But it opened my eyes because after just hearing it, I'd slowly just be like, oh my God, this is amazing. And like just certain artists, like, I live with Claudia that worked at the record store. Yeah. And so her and my other roommate had different tastes in music, so they'd be listening to like emo and then like Radiohead.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for these other people in my life and living in this household, being exposed to it with them, then I never would have known about all these different artists.
Yeah, MTV gave me exposure to like a lot of cool rock that I was like, oh, this is cool. Weezer, Incubus, frickin', I'm trying to think, Blink 182, pop stuff. But this is cool. And I don't know if he's genre bending, but the storytelling gives me a feel like a hood story. But the way he's presenting it gives me like a little bit of a country twang, a little blues, a little folk music. I don't know. But at the same time, it's just like I started hearing violins in it. And I was like,
back to the original point, I think this generation is bending genres in a way that, ours didn't, because they're more open to different types of music.
It's funny you said that. I'm feeling like this navy blue and gray. If we're looking at it right here, this looks navy blue to me, and that looks gray. So I don't know what colors he's wearing, but let's go.
City. Oh, don't fuck with me. Limitless creative power in the black abyss. Don't you ever wonder how society has come to this? Wait, hold up, now hit the blunt twice. Take a step back, remove the fucking blindfold from your eyes. A preconceived illusion of a soon to come apocalypse. It's monotonous, ain't nobody stopping it. Well, I refuse to be a puppet on the string. Isn't this supposed to be the land of the free? Well, it was 100-foot tree coming from a seed that we could plant in everyone's mind. It's a spider web effect from here. So tell me, are we living just to die, my dear? We've been treading water for a while, and now it's time to sink us when we got the choice to make it, but we wonder what it's always been. Why is it always harder when the rain comes down? Well, the sun shining in my eyes. We walk along this abandoned island, and these dollar bills beating a hole in my pocket. And I don't mean to lose my way, but it's easier said than done. They say the hardest part is facing our self-destruction. Oh, the hardest part is facing my self-destruction. Oh, Kansas City. Oh, don't fuck with me. Oh, Kansas City. Oh, don't fuck with me.
That was an interesting little song there.
Yeah, because he went into rap. Like I was like, oh, it sounds like this. And then he started rapping. And I wonder if he's from Kansas City.
Well, I'd imagine if you're writing a track about Kansas City.
Don't fuck with me. And they do have gang. A lot.
Oh,
of
yeah,
gang
it's
culture.
wild. I mean, I've worked there on several occasions, and
You accidentally what? You said I accidentally. What do you accidentally?
Dude, I've accidentally,
Went
driven
to the wrong club.
and gone, in the down the wrong street. And I've told multiple stories about that. When I was in Atlanta one time, bro, my dad got arrested. I was 15 years old, and my dad got arrested. They hauled him off, and I was locked out of the hotel. I had no key. This racist ass cop arrested my dad over some BS.
Man, blue lives matter, bro. What you mean? What you mean, racist?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because my dad's dark skinned. And I ended up having to walk. I didn't even know how to get there. This was like before cell phones. So I just started walking to where I thought the hotel was. And I go through this neighborhood. Ooh, I got chased out of the neighborhood, dude. For reals. They were like, yo, what you need? What you need? And the next thing I was like, nah, I'm good. And they're like, what the fuck you doing in our neighborhood then? And they just started chasing me.
That happens, bro. I remember this happened to me, but this is just me being shook. We were driving to Scribble Jam, and we took a wrong turn. You guys remember there's no GPS in 2003.
Yeah.
Like, I think maybe we could have printed up MapQuest, but we're trying to read maps. And we get off the highway, and all of a sudden I end up in this dark alley, bro. And I'm like, I'm at a dead end. I'm like, what the fuck? Where are we? So we bust a U-turn out the dead end, and I shit you not, the club lets out.
Oh my God.
Yo, and the street is just flooded with the hood, and we're just like trying to drive through. And you know how cats are in the street, like just like you're driving, and they're just like touching your car, and you're like, I'm just trying to get out of here. Like, yo, son.
Especially when people are drunk, because they just start wilding. You know what I mean?
And it was like, how was the timing? How did this happen? Like
the
on
exact
cue,
time.
like we bust a U-turn, we turn around. I'm like, there's 100 people in
It's
front
like,
of us.
The purge.
Yeah, I was like,
the purge siren comes.
Bro. Anyways, all right, you guys. Well, Dirt Miller, Kansas City. We're going to check him out a little bit, man. That's it's interesting how literally YouTube is an abyss of artists, right? Because there's all these people talented who are like undiscovered. And it's just so crazy too, because I have homies, like I'm a local rapper, but I've gone international to a degree. I'm somewhat under the radar, but like I'm older, so I'm like a coach in the game. And there's so many young, talented artists that we work with that we bring in the studio to record. Yeah, that I'm like, yo, like it's. And just
then there's
wild.
Artists like Ren that are just on the come up that have been doing it for ages and now are finally getting their show. Or even somebody like, Mark Ribier, because I remember just seeing little clips of him and
I was
being
called
like,
him Mark Riblet. That's hilarious.
I remember seeing little clips of him just doing his thing, everybody knows kind of his gig, and thinking like, oh, this dude's kind of got an interesting vibe, and just kind of laughing at some of his songs. And now he's like playing at Red Rocks, like selling out Red Rocks. It's wild to think about, the talent that's out there.
Keep performing in your room in a robe, and you can too. Perform at Red Rocks.
Yeah, there you go.
You guys, this is dope, man. Dirt Miller, thank you guys for putting this on our radar. We told you we'd do it. Dirt Miller, Kansas City, and we'll see him on the channel again if you guys request it. All right, you guys, that's it for us, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. 40.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ boys.
Forte.